Hello, wonderful people. Once again, we are on Panda Online TV, and today our topic again, we are on the second episode talk show that we talk about responsibility, taking responsibility for our own health. And today's we are privileged to have Dr. Oria for me to continue with what we started last time. And today we are talking about our health concerning pineal gland. People think that normally people call the pineal gland a third eye. That's what people used to call it, that third eye. But people don't know what entails with pineal gland. What is the functions of pineal gland concerning the body, and how it helps to regulate the contribution that it contributes towards our sleep itself. So if you are not having a lot of sleep, and if you are not getting enough of sleep, it can affect your pineal gland. But God willing, today we are privileged to have Dr. Oria to help us to understand the functions of pineal gland. So Dr. Oria, you are welcome to Panda Online TV this evening.
Thank you, Enoch. You know why I'm laughing?
Why, doctor?
I am laughing because Enoch is using Ghanaian English, and I'm going to be speaking Nigerian English. The accents, they are not the same. and when you are calling it pineal gland, I'm just laughing because I'm going to be calling it pineal gland.
Pineal gland. whatever the pronunciation is. We'll find out from the British people to how they call it anyway. Pineal gland, pineal gland, or whatever.
Your own pronunciation may be the correct one because it's the Ghanaian English, which I think is the most correct. But the Nigerian accent, I don't know, but just pardon me to use my own accent. So it is the pineal gland we are talking about today. Not really the pineal gland, but remember our topic still taking responsibility for your own health, but Enoch wants us to drift around the pineal gland today, and he wants us to talk about sleep today. Okay, I'll try as much as possible not to waste time because we are very time conscious. What is the pineal gland? What is the relationship between it and sleep? What are the importance of having a good sleep? These are some of the things I want to touch briefly. Welcome again to this show. Thank you, Enoch, once again. Straight to the point. The pineal gland is a structure in our brain that is located right in the middle of the brain, where there is an imaginary line that divides the brain into two equal halves, left and right, something like this. The pineal gland is located at the middle. You see the way I do my hand like this? There's a hole in the middle. That hole is the pineal gland. It is in between the two halves of the brain, just as a little structure. People call it the third eye, just like you mentioned. The reason why they call it the third eye is, number one, because of its location at the middle of the brain. Then number two, because of its relationship with light and darkness. You know, with our eyes, we can see. It's very important when there's light. When there's darkness, you can't see. The pineal gland is very, very related to darkness and light. And its location in the middle makes people call it the third eye. What is the function of the pineal gland? What does it do? How is it related to sleep? The pineal gland is an endocrine gland. It produces and secretes hormone. And that hormone is called melatonin. Melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that is responsible for sleep. You going to sleep, you waking up, and it regulates the circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is just like our sleep and wake cycle. How you go to sleep, how you wake up, that cycle is circadian rhythm. All this is regulated by the pineal gland because of the hormone it secretes, it produces and secretes, which is the melatonin. So that's enough explanation there. I don't want to go into detail. I just want to get to the sleep issue. Now, why is sleep very, very important? What is sleep? First of all, every day we get up in the morning, we go to work, we do our home chores, a lot of activity the body is exposed to. Once the eyes are open in the morning, the brain gets to work, our body gets to work, the muscles, the skeleton, everything. You just start to walk up and down, you start to do things, all the activities is going on. The moment all your activities are going on, you discover that the body starts to wear and tear. The muscle is at work. A lot of metabolism is happening. And your bones are working. Before you know they are tired. The muscles are weak. They are tired. The brain is congested. It's getting tired. The heart is beating. Everything is going on. A lot of activities. As all these things are going on, the human body is getting weaker. You are getting tired. This is a normal life we live. Now, sleep is a very critical component of our overall health and well-being. It's very important.
Doctor,
now,
if you say critical component, what do you mean by critical component? Can you explain it further? Because it's not everyone who understand that terminology about critical component. So if you can explain that critical component a bit for us, please.
I think that's just normal English anyway. I said sleep is a critical component of our overall health and well-being. What I mean by sleep being critical is that it's very, very vital. It is very, very important. Sleep is a very, very vital and important part of our mental health, our overall health, our well-being, whatever you want to call it. Sleep is very important. If you take it away, there's a complete breakdown of the human system. That's what I mean. So let me push ahead. You see, a good sleep will impact both your physical and mental health. If you have a good sleep, the moment you get up from sleep, you will discover that your brain has been reset. Your whole body is strong. You are ready again for a new day. So it's very important. But before then, I want to go back to the pineal gland. How does it regulate sleep and waking up, which is the circadian rhythm? Two things are very important when it comes to the pineal gland. Like I mentioned before, I said light and darkness. It is darkness that stimulates the pineal gland. The pineal gland is just there doing nothing. Once there is darkness, it stimulates it. And once it is stimulated by darkness, it begins to release the hormone called melatonin. And once that hormone is released from the brain into the blood, into the body, it gets the body to sleep mode and feel like sleeping. This is why once it is night, once there is darkness, naturally the human body tends to go to sleep. We find this in little baby, newborn babies. Once it is darkness, once it's night, they fall asleep. This is what happens. Now, light, on the other hand, once it is daybreak, once there is light, light will now inhibit the pineal gland. And once it is inhibited, it can no longer produce and release the hormone melatonin. That's to say, the level of melatonin in the blood will drop to reduce. And once it reduces, the brain is regulated and your body is coming back to life, no more sleep, and you wake up in the morning because there is light. This also explains why some people cannot sleep when the light bulb is on. You say, I can't sleep, the light is on, switch it off. So once you switch it off, there's darkness, the pineal gland gets to work, the darkness stimulates it, it releases melatonin, and before you know it, sleep comes. I'll end that there so that I can move on with the sleep itself. So now, during the daily activity, I explained previously what happens. How you get to work, you are moving around, you are doing your daily house chores, or one thing or the other, the body is busy, a lot of metabolic activities. Before you know it, you start getting tired, the bones are getting weak, the muscles are getting weak, the brain is saturated because you have been thinking and doing things. So much has been going on, and so much damages are also happening in the body. When all these things happen and you don't sleep, there will be a problem. So the importance of sleep that we mentioned before now comes to play. What happens during sleep? Number one, when you are sleeping, there is a crucial maintenance going on in your body. Crucial maintenance and restoration work. Remember, when you were awake, when you were doing all these activities, your muscles, your bones, all they are working and they now get tired. There are a lot of wear and tear, a lot of waste products being generated, accumulated in your body, the brain, your muscle, everywhere. During sleep, the body now carry out this maintenance. Our brain will now begin to clear out those toxic wastes that was produced or that were accumulated during the day activity. The brain will start to get rid of them. Your muscles start to get rid of those toxic substances that were produced when it was at work. All the body, all the maintenance start to happen. So, without sleep, the body cannot carry out the crucial maintenance and restoration. Meaning, if you don't sleep well, body maintenance, restoration will not happen. There's a problem. I'll come back to that.
So, doctor, it means that if we deprive ourselves about sleep, we are doing disservice to the body. And
exactly.
Then why is it that only the night that the pineal gland, that how you call it, the pineal gland, why is it that at that particular time?
It's not mine. Just use your asset,
Why is it that at that particular time that the pineal gland started to work?
Yeah, if you followed me when I started, I did not say just in the night. I mentioned light and darkness. These are the two things that regulate the pineal gland. So if you say it is only night, you may be wrong. It is not just night, even daytime. But what I said is that it is darkness that stimulates the pineal gland. There can be darkness even in the daytime. Hope you know. You can be in your room in the daytime. You can off all the lights, and your room will be dark.
Mm-hmm.
And you can. So it's not just daytime. It is darkness. You can even sometimes, okay, like for example now in the UK now, 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. everywhere is already dark. That's supposed to be the daytime normally, but it is dark. You can go to sleep. The pineal gland can get to work. as long as there's darkness. The darkness will stimulate it and it will get to work to produce the hormone, melatonin, and before you know, you fall asleep.
So in that share, doctor, you want to, then that means that those who sleep without light is a good practice. But what about those who sleep whilst the light is on? Because me, for instance, I don't know what about some people. I can never sleep whilst the light is on. I cannot. Even when I do night shift, if I come during the day and then I see the light, that's it. So in a nutshell, then it means that it's better to put on lights or like off the light whilst we are sleeping. So if you want to sleep, that's the best option for you. That you need a place that will be a dark place for you before you can get your normal sleep.
Yeah, this question you just asked is a very vital question, a very important question, and I want to thank you especially for this question because maybe I wouldn't have been able to speak about what I want to talk about now without this question. You said, what about people that sleep even when there is light? Crucial. Let me explain something. They have to be normal first, and then before you can have something abnormal. The normal thing is what we have just explained, that when there is darkness, you fall asleep. And we have explained the reason, because darkness stimulates the brain, the pineal gland in the brain, to secrete the hormone that make you fall asleep. Now, what about people that sleep during the daytime or even when the light is on? This is what we are trying to guide against. It is possible it happens normal, but it is not a normal thing. You know why? We said the pineal gland regulates circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm means that the cycle between sleeping and waking up, sleeping and waking up. When there is night, you sleep. When there is day, you wake. That cycle is circadian rhythm. Now, some people work in the night. Most people do night shifts, night duty. When you do night shifts, when you start it early, you will realize that when you stay awake throughout the night because of work, now you get home during the day, you will not see sleep. Some people will look for sleep and look for sleep. They don't see it. They want to sleep because they have worked through the night. And probably they are going to work the next night again. But it is difficult for them to get sleep. The reason is because it is daytime. The pineal gland is inhibited because it is light. They don't find sleep. But they struggle and struggle and struggle. Sometimes they will struggle to sleep. This is not normal. If you do this 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, your body will now get used to that. What that means is that you have destroyed the function of the pineal gland. The circadian rhythm has changed from normal to abnormal. These people, because they have done it for a very long time, they will not be able to sleep during the day, meaning they have distorted the pineal gland's function. Instead of darkness to stimulate it, now light will now stimulate it. Instead of light to inhibit it, now darkness will now inhibit it. The pineal gland function has been turned upside down. Circadian rhythm is changed. So these people now, darkness now inhibits their pineal gland. Light now stimulates it. So during the daytime, they find themselves sleeping. It is abnormal because over time, they have spoiled the structure of the pineal gland. Instead of night to stimulate it, to produce hormone to sleep, night will now inhibit it, no hormone, no sleep. This is because these people work in the night. They have done this for a long time. The whole thing has been disrupted. It is not normal, to be honest with you. It's not good to destruct your circadian rhythm. It will take a long time again to reverse it again. This is why people that do night shifts permanently, night duty permanently, is dangerous. You can do night duty 1, 2, 3 days in a week. The other 4 days, go back to your normal sleep pattern. But if you do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, you spoil your circadian rhythm, you spoil the function of your pineal gland, everything is distorted, and it is not good for the body. I don't know.
Doc, this information is so critical because the reason why I brought this topic, I was doing my course, the herbal medicine course, and this thing came up. Then I realized that there are many things that links with this. And for all that you know, even me that was doing that course, I got no idea about what that was. But I could see that it have a lot concerning our health, concerning our well-being. So if you were saying that it will distort, when it distorted and you couldn't get it back again, what is going to happen to the body?
Now, that takes me to the next and probably the final area I want to talk about. First of all, when you distort your circadian rhythm, there are some things, there are some negativity that will play out over time. Secondly, even when the circadian rhythm is distorted, as long as you are having good sleep, even in that daytime, you are safe. The key point is having a good sleep, whether it is in the daytime or it is in the nighttime. Just have good sleep, good number of hours of sleep, you are still safe. Where the problem is when you are not having good sleep, whether day or night, or you are having minimal or less hours of sleep. That's where the problem is. And these problems are what I'll just list briefly. Number one, you are going to have impaired cognitive function. If you don't have good sleep, if you don't have good number of hours of sleep, your cognitive function will be impaired. You know what that means? I don't want to go into it.
I know, doctor. Yeah.
You cannot think properly. You can't, your brain function will reduce. Everything you do with your brain, there will be problem. I leave it there. Number two, I hope you know the reason for that. Because we said during sleep, that is when the brain gets rid of toxic and waste products. What that means is that since you are not getting good sleep, your brain is not able to get rid of toxic products. And those toxic products will destroy the brain, and your brain function will reduce. I hope I'm able to explain that. I leave it there. Number two is that it will affect your ability to concentrate. Of course, concentration is also a thing of the brain. So if your brain is having problem, you cannot concentrate. No need to talk about that too much. It reduces your ability to concentrate. Another thing it does is that you start to have issues with your cardiovascular system, cardiovascular diseases, the heart, the blood vessels. You can start having issues if you don't sleep well, because the heart during the daytime also accumulates toxic waste. Even if the heart does not rest, but when you are sleeping, when the brain is resting, the heart at that moment don't have too much work. The only work the heart is doing when you are sleeping is just normally to keep you alive, still pumping blood as usual. But because your body is not working, the muscles are not working, the bones are not working, they don't need too much energy, they don't need too much stuff. So the heart is just doing baseline stuff. So it's actually relaxing and getting rid of waste or toxic substances. But when you don't sleep well and all those stuff, you will still get cardiovascular issues. That's another one. One very important one is about the immune system. When you don't sleep well, it affects your immune system. And when your immune system is affected, little illnesses can break you down. For those of us in Africa, simple thing like malaria will cause you a lot of problem. For those people in Europe, one of the commonest stuff or illnesses they have is common cold because of the weather, especially this winter period. That common cold that you look like just normal, ordinary cough and catarrh will break you down when your immune system is faulty. And when you don't sleep well, your immune system will be at risk. It's very important. Another one is mental health challenges. For people that doesn't sleep well, whether day or night, they begin to have mental health challenges because, in fact, I've explained that one before, and just going back to it again, most of the role of the brain, they are distorted. Don't joke with it, please. We know the importance of mental health when it comes to human life. It's very, very important. So if you are not having enough sleep, your mental health is at risk, honestly. The final one I would like to touch, there will be reduced memory and your ability to learn will also reduce. That is also tied to mental health, also tied to the brain, but I want to figure it out because human beings will learn every day. You learn by looking at people doing certain things. You learn by listening. You learn. Everything about us is learning and learning and learning. So if this happens, learning capacity goes down. And the moment you stop learning, you start dying. The moment your memory starts going down, you start dying. You don't want to start to lose memory. You know what that means, all those dementia and all those stuff. So it is very important that we have good sleep. Minimum per 24 hours should be 8 hours. Usually 6 to 8 hours minimum in a day. Have a good sleep. Rest your brain. Rest your mind. Rest your soul. Even rest your spirit. It's very, very important. Allow the body to carry out maintenance. Allow your brain to wash itself off toxic substances. Allow your muscles to clear toxic waste. Allow your liver, your kidney to clear toxic waste. Allow your body to rest. Allow your eyes to rest. When you get up, you are refreshed. Whole man, spirit, soul, and body refreshed. I end it there. I hope you have a question.
I might have a question, but you have to elaborate more. So it's an ongoing topic. We will not let you take much of your time. But next week, we will get Dr. Oria on this program again, and we will talk more about the sleep. Because now, Dr. Oria has taught us something for you to know, that many diseases that is going around the world is part of sleeping pattern, or how we sleep, and how people take sleeping for granted. Because there are some children, I know one of my friend's child who doesn't like to go to school. And I asked him why you don't want to go to school. He was saying, if I go to school, wherever they learn, I can't get anything. So in a nutshell, he's saying that he's not knowledgeable. When they teach him anything, he can't get glimpse of it. But I've realized that child doesn't sleep at all. He doesn't sleep. Sometimes 2 a.m. he's still there. So it could be linked to all those kind of things. So, yeah. So, doctor, we thank you very much. And I hope next week we will continue with this topic. And there are more that doctor want to teach us. So we are so grateful for having time, for all your busy schedules. You managed to give us a little time to teach us something. It's good. So invite your friends, call a friend and call a friend to have called a friend to be part of this thing, because this is what we want to help the community with. So doctor, thank you once again. That we may be knocking on your door next week. So same time next week for you to be part of this program. Thank you very much. May the Lord bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming. God bless you.